All right, so I gotta be honest here. On this channel, I have wanted for so long, since the start, to take really high-end type of recipes and make them more simple for the average person, because you can have really solid food at home, very high-end, and you don't have to pay the prices. And that's what I'm aiming to do here. So for today, I am gonna be taking a duck breast and I'm gonna be making it with a miso whiskey glaze, pairing it with a parsnip puree, and of course some potatoes. Very simple, very easy to do. You're gonna need at least 2 days to do this. But without further ado, people, let's make this shit. Stay tuned. So we're gonna start making the herb oil. As you know, we've already taken the parsley, the chives, we've taken the basil, we've blanched them, then put them in cold water. So the idea here is to get as much moisture out as possible, because you don't want a bunch of water in your nice oil, but it's better if you can get these strained out as good as possible, and then you can just let them dry, whatever you want to do. But take all of this and we're gonna go ahead and apply this into our blender. If I can say apply, we can apply this. All right, so move this aside. Now we've got our blender. With the blender, what we want to do is we want to add at least 1 cup of a neutral oil. I've got a cup of some avocado oil here. So we're going to add all of our herbs. All right, so next thing is going to be some kosher salt. So we're going to go ahead and add some kosher salt to this. Then we're going to give this a nice blend. Okay, so we have all of this blended up. Now it's up to straining everything. So we want to strain all of this out into a nice bottle, a container that you can utilize. So what do I use? So I just find the cheapest bottle I can. This is a nice cheap one, and I'll strain everything into here. Of course, I'm gonna use a funnel and probably a coffee filter. Strain it into here, and that is gonna take some time. Sometimes with these oils, it take a day, overnight. You can use a fine mesh strainer, but honestly, like if you use a fine mesh strainer, you do have the probability of adding in some particles that you don't want to add into your oil. So if you want as clarified as possible, definitely use this method here. You can use a spatula to kind of help move along some of the herbs to get the oil down in there as well. All right, so this will take quite a bit of time. Ideally, we want this to sit overnight in a well-structured environment so it doesn't fall over. I am gonna go ahead and do part of this for now for the recipe, and I'll go ahead and section off the rest of mine later for time purposes. But if you do have a day, definitely do it a day in advance, because it does take a while. And if you have a nice large sieve and a nice large funnel to do this in, and put it away in another fridge where it's not gonna be tipped over, that's really awesome, because you don't want this oil getting all over your fridge. Ideally overnight. I'm gonna separate part of this and I'll do the rest later tonight, and we'll keep rolling here. So the day before, I'm gonna start my potatoes. So I've got 2 cups of milk here and 4 cups of heavy cream. Remember these ratios because we're gonna do the same thing in the parsnip puree, but the recipe will be below. Then we're gonna go ahead and take this to a pot that we are heating up on low heat. We are not looking to boil here. We do not want to boil. We just want to cook this on low. And so it's just going to simmer. So we're going to add our milk and our cream to the pot, and then we're going to add in a bay leaf, and we're going to add in thyme and garlic. For garlic, I'm going with about 4 to 5 cloves of garlic. We're going to remove this before we add it to our potatoes later on. But moving on to the potatoes, I've got my oven at 325 heating up right now, and I'm thinly slicing on a mandolin some golden potatoes. If you're using a mandolin, be very careful. We're going to then take a baking dish and we're going to line it with some butter. After we do that, we want to go ahead and layer the potatoes in here. They're going to be overlapping. Think of them like, you know, it sounds unappetizing, but scales, okay? Then we're going to start our first layer here. Add in our cream after we remove the aromatics, then some salt, some pepper, to taste. Then we're going to come through with some cheese. I am using Gouda cheese here. You can use whatever kind of cheese you want, but I'm going with Gouda, and then at the top, it's going to be Gouda and some Asiago. So start our second layer, same process. It does take a little bit of time, and there's a really important reason why you want to start this a day ahead of time, the day before for that matter. Then go ahead and top it off with the cheese and the Gouda and the Asiago, and then some salt and pepper.
We're gonna cover this and it's gonna go into the oven for about an hour and a half. Could take 2 hours, but keep an eye on it. You want it crispy. Once in the oven, you're gonna start cooking it, and then midway through or 3/4 way through, you can take off the foil and then put it back in to get a little bit crispy. Set it out to chill on the counter and then put it in the fridge overnight, covered with the weight on it. But we want to work on the duck breast, so let's look a little closer here. We have the duck breast, which I dried, and we're going to score the skin. So you don't want to score too deep, but yeah, just score the skin. I went a little too deep on some of these cuts, but it's okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and start drying these out. So what I want to do is I want to put them on a wire rack, and I'm going to cover them with some salt on the flesh there, right on the skin. And then I'm going to take that and put it in the fridge overnight. Then it's the next day. I'm going to take a baking sheet and I'm going to line it with some butter. Then I have these ring molds. So I'm going to take the potatoes I've been working on and I'm going to push down with the ring mold to get them out. I use like a nice little butter knife. It's a weird butter knife. I don't know what it's called, but it looks like this and it's very helpful. And I just kind of scoop it out like that, put it on the tray. The oven is at 425 degrees. I'm going to pop these in there, keep them in the molds. It's perfectly fine. Then on the side, I'm going to start working on our parsnip puree. So I have some golden potatoes here, which I peeled and then I diced and boiled. And I'm going to put them into a pot with low heat and the same milk and cream mixture that we did earlier for the potatoes and drop in some garlic. Then I'm going to start peeling and dicing up the parsnips, put those in there. And remember, this is at very low heat, like very medium to low heat. You can add in a little bit more milk if you need to, some butter, some fresh thyme, and some white pepper and some salt and just a little bit of Dijon mustard there, and give it a nice little mix and just keep an eye on it. We're not boiling here. After a little while, it's nice and cooked. I'm going to have the full recipe down below for you. We want to go ahead and transfer this into our favorite cooking tool in the kitchen, the blender. So put it all in there and have some of the cream and then give this a nice blend. We don't want it too liquidy. We want it creamy. Then we're going to work on our sauce. So for the sauce, I have some shallots here, which I'm going to dice up. You can give them a nice rough dice. Then go to a pan at medium heat, drop in your shallots, start cooking those up. Then drop in about a cup of some whiskey. Be careful if you have a flame. You don't want to light anything on fire. We're not flambeing here. Then 2 to 3 tablespoons of some honey. We're going to add in about the same for some black pepper. I like a little bit more pepper, and just keep this moving, and salt to taste. Then some chicken stock is going to be essential here, whatever kind of stock you want to use. About a cup of chicken stock maybe, and some Worcestershire and some miso paste as well. About a tablespoon of Worcestershire and the same for some miso paste. Then drop in some cold butter. We have this back at a boil, and we're going to drop in some cold butter, and we're going to just put this on a simmer in a little bit so we can reduce it down to where it's nice and glossy, just like this. It should be beautiful. Then we're going to go ahead and drop in our duck breast into a cold pan, skin down. So you want the pan to be cold, and then you heat it up as the duck breast is sitting there. So we're going to about medium heat, and we're going to glaze the back end. You don't have to do that, but you can. And that's with our nice sauce that we made earlier with the miso and the whiskey. And then give it a nice flip. It will release on its own, and then we're going to glaze the top and check for doneness. Now we're ready to plate. So I gave you 2 starch options. You don't need to go with both. It's kind of overkill, but I wanted you to have 2 to work with. So we're going to start with our parsnip puree. Put that down in the middle there. Give it a nice little spread. Make it look nice and pretty. It's going to be a nice bed for our duck. So place the duck in the center of the parsnip puree. Then add your nice herb oil around wherever you want to put it. And then we're going to go ahead and drop in the potatoes over there. So as you can see, these potatoes were really awesome and they look so damn good. So there's a press that comes with this kit, and you can just pull it out just like so they don't fall over. And I added some broccoli there, but to make it a little bit nicer for the potatoes, I took some cheese, some chives for the top, and of course I torched the top of it. And this one was awesome, people.
All right, and we are all done. This is an awesome recipe. Honestly, it's not going to take you as long. If you make it from scratch, if you're filming, yes, it's gonna take longer. But we're gonna go ahead and we are gonna try this out. So, the potatoes, we've gotta try those first, and then we will get into the duck breast. Wow. Those are so damn good. It is really solid. But I want to get to the duck breast because that's where I'm at right now. Here I go. With this herb oil and the parsnip puree, this has to be good. That is solid. That is awesome. Look, it's very simple. You can make this at home. You can do this at home. And honestly, it's gonna be cheaper than if you go to a restaurant, but you can do this at home, stretch your limits. That's what we're here for. And I don't know what to tell you people, but I'm gonna eat this and yeah, cheers, I'm out.
Honey, when you say